And welcome to the I Hate Rappers podcast. I'm your host, Greg Westside.
And I'm DJ Z13.
And today we have a very special guest.
That's love.
That's you,
Oh man,
my special guest.
that's love, bro. I appreciate being
Well, what's
here,
your name?
man.
What's your name, man?
Oh, this OG Mook 073 on all platforms. OG Mook is what they call me though.
OG Mook. Welcome to Death Row.
I love it here. Come on now, you know me.
Death Row's an inside joke of Westside Productions. So, OG Mook's one of our newest artists over here at Westside Productions.
Yeah.
So, how's it been so far? What's it been, about a month in here?
Hey, it's been the time of my life. It reminds me of the old days.
Bro, the old days, man. So, for those of you who don't know, me and Mook started our careers together in the music industry. Well,
Yes,
kind of. He was doing
sir.
some stuff early on before we linked up. But, you know, since high school, I think since junior year, me and him been just, like, kicking it. Senior year, we got to making some music. And then we were in a group. And then the group broke up. And then...
You gave me the vision, Brody.
Oh, I appreciate it. You gave me the vision, too, man.
For real.
But, yeah, so then after that, you know, we've been linking up, doing a bunch of stuff. And then, you know, I mean, now we're here. So it's lit.
Yes, sir.
It's lit. Yeah.
And we hate rappers if
And
you
we
ain't
hate
know.
rappers, and that's why I don't rap no more, because we hated me.
Hey, you crazy.
So I want to know. You were around when Greg was rapping.
Yeah.
The whole time.
What was the wackest bar you ever heard him spit?
The wackest, I don't remember.
You don't remember the
No.
wackest bar you heard him spit?
No, I was always focusing on like the good lines he had because he was
Okay.
still a great artist at the time.
Okay.
He was, you could just tell he needed some work, but he worked on himself and he became a great artist.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
I would say I was pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't know about great, you know, but I appreciate that for
I
sure.
like the hat. Is that new?
The Great US Side?
Yeah.
I've actually had this for
Sheesh,
a
look
long
at it, though.
time.
It look
I
nice.
got a thing of 12 of them. And then I sold like 6 of them and gave like 4 or 5 away, and then this was the last one, and I didn't like how it fit on my head for a while, and then just the past couple months I've been rocking it a lot. So just because the truckers are in right now, it's very comfortable.
Solid.
They are in. If anyone out there that's watching knows a company that makes big hats, that's what I need because they don't fit my head like at all.
Like big hats or like the comical big hats that they've been putting out?
No. Like big hat. Like okay, so like I went to Nashville for my 21st birthday, right?
Okay.
That's a flex.
And I wanted to get like a cowboy hat because I was like down there and like I
Oh,
was
so
You
you're
like,
just
holla,
talking like
you
a
holla,
regular actual hat.
just any type of hat.
So,
and so
like-
I went to a custom cowboy hat store, and they told me that my head
My
was the
sister
biggest
need
head
to
they've
watch
ever
this.
seen. They said they've never had a hat that would fit my head.
I mean, you do have a big head, but like it's not. There's no way it's that big.
It's
That's nuts.
big, bro.
All right.
So if any of y'all know a hat store, let me know.
All right, so but yeah, back to the artistry thing. You know, this dude has been one of our friends said it back in the day. He's not only just a great rapper, but he's also like a poet with it. And you know,
Yeah,
we were
for
talking
sure.
last night about just you know how your projects are about to be coming out.
Yes,
And
sir. I can't wait.
the lyricism within it, because I said Kamikaze, which is the one you're on for today.
Yes,
I was like, that one's gonna
sir.
be good, but like the next one after that, that one's gonna be the better one of the two. Like that's
Sure.
gonna be where he's like getting either to the peak or at peak.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
we
like
getting there.
music making wise.
We
at
getting
least.
there for sure. We getting there.
So, as a viewer who might not know who you are,
Yes, sir.
why should they listen to your music?
They should listen to it because it paints a picture of what we see and go through on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? For those of you who don't know, I'm from West 73rd of the Cleveland area. And coming up, I seen a lot. You know what I mean? So, and been through a lot as well. So the funny thing was that after I stopped originally rapping with Greggy, I decided to paint that picture, and that was where OG Mook was really created, really, honestly.
He came from was this your third different name now?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Mookie,
sir.
Mookie Turns Up,
Oh,
and then Mookie Trillist,
oh, they remember that one.
and then OG Mook.
That's going to be the one that'll live forever, though.
All of them will.
Hey, that's a lot of names to remember.
Well, that's why you put it as your one project name.
You feel me?
Trillist turn OG.
Yeah. 'Cause we on the bigger and better things, but man, Trillis Turn OG, that's out everywhere now. Go listen to it when I tell you, like, as a debut solo mixtape, that set a bar.
So, speaking of setting bars, what is your end goal here? do you want to
Oh, this gonna get deep. I'm letting you know now.
go ahead? What's your end goal?
You ready?
Yeah.
I want to change the world, man. I feel like we as a black community, we going a real different way from where we need to be. You know what I mean? So like the end goal is setting the whole world at a different type of standard for us. As in, that's where like the OG comes from, because I like how they used to run things back in the day. That's how everything should change, and that's how everything will change in due time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel that. Most people answer that with, "Oh, I want to be famous," or "I want to the money," or whatever.
I want to see change.
I feel like for you, it's always been like the fame was part of the process to get to the change.
Yeah, it was funny because like coming into it, like when I first started making music, that probably was my main goal, my main motive behind it.
Yeah, but when you first started making music, we were like what, 14?
Yeah, young boy.
So I mean, like that's every kid's goal though. But no, you're the one of the only artists that have like acted exactly like in your actual adult career.
Yes, sir.
And just like actual stuff that matters coming out music wise, you've always acted and had the same type of goals as you should have.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I feel like I hate saying this, but like I want to be like an example. You know what I mean? As in like you'll hear my music now and be like, oh, he's a hothead still at 25. But like when we were just talking about the two different type of projects, I can't wait to drop. That's all I'm going to say.
So you say you're 25 now?
Yes, sir.
You started at your 14?
Man.
So you've been rapping for 11 years?
Yes, sir.
When you first started rapping, I guarantee you, if not when you first started, within the first few years, I guarantee you said to yourself, why haven't I blown yet?
Yes. I still say that all the time.
Yeah, but now looking back at it, you're like, okay, I kind of understand why when you were in the beginning, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So try to put yourself in the shoes of someone 10 years from now and think of what that person would say why you haven't blown up yet and change that. So if that person would say, "Oh, I didn't do enough appearances,"
drop a gem, okay.
So yeah, so I don't know. It's just a piece of advice.
Go ahead, man. I love it.
It's hard to look into the future, but pretend you're in the future and look in the past.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna definitely do that moving forward.
But
that was a definite gem. I rock with that.
But what's the one thing that you could say if you had to look from a 10 years perspective? Like, what's the one thing that you might see now, even of that?
Like in myself
right now, yeah. Of like, why haven't you blown yet as of right this second?
Oh man, it's a lot of different reasons. One is definitely like I'm not a social person, so the networking was tough coming up, and it's still tough now, especially with like have been through depression and having anxiety type of deal. So it's a lot of reasons why now I can see like, bro, I'm not ready yet for the role I'm gonna have to play in this business. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's why we reunited.
Hell
you feel
yeah.
me? Because like I said, it feels like back in the old days when I can actually, I could be that person and not force myself to be.
I feel it.
You feel me? I done grew out of that though.
I also feel like for you, there was a couple times where there was a potential that you could have probably actually gotten some traction to not necessarily even blow up, but just like get to the next step, and it just didn't happen. And
that was
like
my
Mookie turns up. Mookie turn up would have never blown up. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying?
See that he was too busy trying to be somebody he wasn't.
But Mookie Trillis, when you drop, the first few songs on SoundCloud that you don't even have access to or deleted, like that could
my biggest critic.
That could have gained traction because of how the SoundCloud era was starting to come up.
The SoundCloud era was
I feel like the songs that you dropped and where you dropped them and how you dropped them were about a year too early, because that was 14 when it dropped, right? So 15 and 16, if those would drop then, it'd have been a lot different. And then back when we started doing our stuff, obviously our music wasn't, let's be real, really wasn't that good. But there were some songs in there that if we would have just dropped as singles instead of focusing on having like an album, project, mixtape, whatever come out,
yeah, for sure.
If we would have put those out and put more traction into them and actually knew to throw ads onto them, those probably could have turned your career to the next step, whether it was from us or just from the songs that were made from around that time, because that was like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
And our first couple of songs, especially together, bro, those got like at least at minimum 1,000 views, like 5,000 max. You know,
Yeah,
type
we
of deal.
was happy about that.
And
that was
just
a win
all
for us.
natural.
A win is a win, man. A win is a win.
But if we knew what we know now, 7 years later,
We would have blew.
either blown or gained traction, like to the next stop.
We would have blew because we was a group, bro. You don't see no rap groups now. We was a group, and it was tough, bro. It was low key tough, though. It was definitely low key tough. Like, it was something different, and I feel like that's why I feel like the females in the rap industry right now are winning, because it's different.
Hell yeah.
Rap been the same for so long now, I feel like, and different is always good.
No, for sure.
You feel me?
All right, so who was the best out the group?
Josh.
Josh?
Yeah, Josh.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. That's
Josh, for sure.
fair. All right.
Do I know Josh?
Joshua Christian, R&B.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're no good for me.
Yeah,
you're
man.
no good.
I saw him like a week ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you see him? I haven't seen him in like a month.
I saw him at HEC. He was at my gig last week.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That guy's a
that's-
party animal now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's lit.
Bruh.
I'm gonna pull up a video after this. Just remind me of him like dancing. He was in the background.
He be doing that shit,
He
bro.
was in the background.
He just be doing
Was
that
he
shit.
singing?
Yeah. So
Yes.
funny.
Yes. What are you talking
He
about?
definitely was singing.
Funny story about him one time. So he came on my radio show and he I was like sing us something, and so he sang us "Cheerleader" by Omi, and he just belted out. It was tough, and he didn't know Omi was our guest on the next week's show. So I clipped what he sang and I showed it to him, and he said it was tough, and I was like, it's so funny.
That's hard.
And then he really, I mean,
Nothing happened because he just didn't get his stuff together.
he didn't drop,
Yeah.
but like,
Man.
yeah.
That's a very talented artist right there.
Mm-hmm.
Very talented. I would put him in the rapper category still.
I
I'm not
would
gonna
too.
lie.
Like,
Yeah.
bro.
He doesn't do his business side enough.
So speaking of business side, speaking of rappers
That's
and
been
artists
my
and stuff like that.
downfall as well. I can't even comment on that.
I mean, I love him to death.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But get your business done, Josh.
Come on, Josh.
Come on, Josh. We all root for you. But yeah. All
You
right.
really
No,
top
you're
five.
good. So 14.
Young boy. Ugh.
So speaking of someone behind the camera who's not 14 but a little bit older,
Right.
Talking about you, Jack.
just getting
Our intern guy.
just getting into all of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there anything that he should know or the viewer should know that they might not already know about this? Whether it's the industry, the people, the scene, anything like that. Is there anything that someone that just is getting in might not know that you know? As an
Anything.
OG.
And all I'm gonna tell you right now is consistency of networking is key. Consistency of networking is key for sure. Like, that was something that, like I said, like I'm still even working on, like having to be social to network. But at the end of the day, networking is everything. You'll never know who you come across and how you come across.
You were as a person of networking, like over your whole rap career.
Right.
You were terrible at mass networking.
Talk to me. Yeah.
But very, very, very good when you got a one-on-one with like anybody you needed to get one-on-one with. You would always bond that
man, I
relationship
appreciate
together.
that.
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that, for sure.
Some people are like that. Sometimes like that. And that's why you need a team. You need somebody who's gonna be
Yeah.
out there doing a bunch of shit, talking to everybody, and getting everybody, together. And then it's up to everybody from there to get the one-on-ones going. And it's basically, if it was me, which like half the time it really was just over time, just like getting a bunch of people, right? I oop it, you slam dunk it in. You know what I'm saying? Just like you finish off the networking job. So to everybody out there, if you have friends that are very social and that are willing to help, make them your promo team or your management team.
Get with them and treat them right.
All right, bet. So you hate rappers. We hate rappers. I hate rappers. He hate rappers. She hate rappers. They hate rappers. Everybody hates rappers.
Wumbo.
I wumbo. You wumbo. He she wumbo. So with that being said, you were a rapper and not an artist at one point, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So was I. So you know, we talk about it all the time. What was your biggest rapper moment of your career?
My biggest rapper moment was definitely declining Lucci feature.
YFL? Or whatever is it?
YFN.
YFN Lucy?
Yeah, that guy. So,
I had declined the feature just because, like, I told, it was one of his artists who reached out to me. He had like a verse, and Lucci had a verse, and it was like a third verse, like an open verse, and he like was telling me like, you know, like all you gotta do is pay this little fee and everything, like a small fee too, like it wasn't even nothing crazy. But I was just in my head like, when was the last time I heard of Lucci? And but not even thinking like he's still who he is in the game, like in the industry, you know what I mean?
sorry, Lucci. Sorry.
Hey, free that man.
Didn't he make Every Day We Lit? Or am I thinking of
Yeah.
someone else? Or is
All
it?
the PNB.
And then what was the biggest artist moment for you?
Biggest artist moment. I won't even lie to you. My biggest artist moment was coming to Westside.
Oh, okay. Aside from that,
Aside from that,
yeah, give me something that's like
opening,
individual growth.
Opening with opening for PNB and Shock Glizzy.
That was lit.
That was like it was a milestone for sure.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
All right, so who's so you got any rapper examples, or do you have any rapper of the weeks that you want to talk about?
And I was just like,
you don't have to name drop. You can name drop, but let's you know, I don't know, no beef type shit. Which I don't think that you don't even have beef with anybody currently, but
yeah, no, they gone. But but honestly, like it's a lot of rappers in the city.
so what's one example of like some shit you seen?
Some shit I seen.
Some rapper shit you seen that you'd say is definitely a rapper moment of the week. Just describe the situation, no names even.
All right. Well, shit, it's hard to say without a name. Is we gonna bleep it? Is that what it's gonna be, or like
No, I
how's
don't
it
like
gonna
bleeping
come?
because it just takes too long to edit.
Well, when it's
Just say blank.
when it's two winning teams in the city, y'all both can eat. Y'all, I feel like if you know, you know. But both of them teams are solid teams who are currently beefing in the city. One just had an album drop, who name dropped on it as well. So now you should know, but. Yeah, two teams can eat.
Okay, so that's something good to say too, because more than likely it's usually sometime like when someone drops a rapper of the week type of moment or like a rapper ass shit that just happened. It's not something that is a motivational thing like that. So
Yeah, there's a teachy moment within there,
yeah.
and I didn't finish the project yet. I
Right.
still got to listen to a little bit more of it.
I
but-
haven't listened to any of the project yet.
But what
I'm
I've
lacking.
It's hard though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but like, no, it's one of the reasons why we haven't had someone out of Cleveland in a while. It's because
For sure.
if we teamed up, you
You-
can accomplish so much more.
Like that's what I think about the Detroit music scene right now, and especially like the Texas music scene right now. They're both growing as a unit, and it looks like they make it look easy.
It's the ego, it's the arrogance, and it's being a rapper that holds it back, and you know it's flat out what it is, and it's you know it can start from either side. You know it could be the one side that name dropped, or it could have started on the other end, and it's just you know
The world may never know.
yeah I don't know. Like I said, I ain't listened to the album.
See, does it make it relevant? I don't know, but I know at the same time we lose a lot of great artists at the same and from these type of situations. So, is it worth it? Is basically the question.
So, being from Detroit, I just kind of made an observation. I was thinking about it while you said that. In Cleveland, we'd be dropping 1-2 songs and then a project.
Yeah, it's like a routine.
Yeah. In Detroit, every big song that I know that have came out in the past few years
Oh yeah, you about to
have
drop
been
a gem.
singles. Block Party, First Day Out, Peasy's track, even some 42 Doug stuff, all
Yeah,
came
you
out as
not
singles. Sure, there are albums attached to those now,
Yeah.
but they originally came out as singles. And if you go look at Sada Baby, for example, he drops a single every other week. T Grizzly be dropping these small little 3-song, 4-song EPs that are parts and stuff like that. Singles, they're all singles, and they're pushing them. They're putting all their time, money, and resources into pushing one thing rather than pushing 15 things.
So
You not lying. That was a gem.
the thing is,
I hope you peeped it, and I hope you listened.
as an artist manager
Yeah.
and somebody watching these drops, it just really genuinely depends on each artist, their artistry, and what they want.
Yeah.
And how they view the songs, like if they go together, if they don't. Because some songs are meant to be singles, some songs are meant to be middle of the album songs,
Correct.
and some songs are meant to just be scrapped. So the
Yes,
singles
sir.
are the leads of the project, and then you can use filler songs for the rest of it, and then you could put out these projects where you just have a compilation of stuff, and you could really not even mesh it together, or you can have a whole concept, or you can have whatever, and that's all obvious. But as the artist manager part, you have to go in and ask your artist, hey, what do you want? For example, like when we were doing your stuff, he came in with the whole project ready to go. So if the whole project's ready to go, okay, boom, let's do 1, 2, 3 singles, something like that. Drop the project, and then we'll lead up with more singles. Maybe
Kamikaze on the way.
Yeah, maybe a lost
know.
project or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
some older singles, pile those together that we don't want to promote heavy, and then when we do the next single rollout, because he's the type to want to go album. He's our project or mixtape.
Yeah.
You know, that's his concept of music and stuff. But a lot of the Detroit rappers and just like that scene in general, and I mean no offense by this if there's any offense that could be taken, but their songs are meant to be singles for the majority of the stuff that is made. But a lot of the stuff in Cleveland is either not, it's like a 50-50. It's either like more of let's put it in the album, or it should be singles, but it's an album full of singles. And I feel like that's a lot of the, especially more top artists, a lot of it is just singles that just get compiled into an album or a mixtape just to drop it, just to say they dropped it.
Yeah.
And also for the larger artists, it's going to depend on their contracts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I get that. I don't know if it's a positive correlation between me knowing more Detroit people than Cleveland people, and Detroit people putting out more singles rather than albums.
Singles work better no matter what, and that's just the
always
truth.
do.
That's why if you have projects, you have to drop singles with it.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not lying.
we're in the TikTok era of music. It's no longer the SoundCloud era.
Yeah.
It's no longer the album era. It's no longer the Young Money, whatever era. Like all those have phased out. Like we're getting either near the tail end or we're in the middle of the TikTok era. So singles are going to be king no matter what right now.
Have you thought
Not
about
lying. Again.
taking one of your artists? Because you got
Five.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got them on these schedules. You got them doing this and that.
That's a flex.
Yeah, you got them on these schedules. You got them doing this and that. Single, music video, album, yada yada yada. Have you thought about taking 180 in it, and not putting out an album, putting out those 12 tracks as singles?
And waterfalling them or just singles?
Well, you can waterfall it, or you just do singles. The tracks have different vibes, and whatever vibe hits for that artist is the vibe they go for that album.
Trip. That's similar to the plan for him
Okay.
as of right now that we have discussed at this point. It's very early in the single rollout and everything, but
Yeah.
That boy
with
is
him,
star.
yeah, I asked. Actually, he gonna be crazy, but I asked him like, hey, like, do you want to do just singles or do you want to do a project?
Yeah.
Or like, do you want to just figure it out? And he has a bunch of hard stuff that's gonna go with the couple singles he dropped last that we're planning on going through, and he has like probably 40 songs that I've like had to like listen to snippets of or all the way through.
Yeah, for sure.
20 of them are worthy to put out like once we retouch them. 3 of them can go right this second, and he has he gets the Juice WRLD comparison a lot. I think we talked about that on his episode. And so the Juice WRLD comparison for him, it's like, yeah, Juice WRLD could rap his ass off, but Juice WRLD could also sing and do the melodic shit, and he gets a lot of comparisons because of that. And his voice does sound similar to Juice WRLD in certain not melodies but certain notes that he hits. So we're trying to see, what's the lane to go with, and then also at the same time still consistently put out the other vibe. We'll see what sticks. Go with that, get him some traction, blow him up, make sure all the goals are hit. but within that, still post the music that he truly wants to post. There have been times for him where, you know, people would tell him, like, you should really just try to stick to this because this will work. And it just, like, that never stuck and resonated with him that he would have to do something like that. So for him to be able to put out these types of songs, like, as management, I work for the artist. Whatever the artist wants to do creatively, I'm there for it. And as long as I believe in it, I'm gonna, like, that's why you're here, basically. You know, that's why you're, you know, part of Westside Productions. So I'm gonna work hard for that. Mob. So I'm gonna work hard for that. So with him, you know, our plan is just single, like every few weeks, and then if there's a week with no singles because there's a music video coming out. And it's a very similar plan for the project rollouts too. I know we talked about it a little bit, and just depending on which ones, because he's shout out Kamikaze, but he has almost a whole nother project ready to go at this point. So, but for Zay's, and their two rollouts are pretty similar. For Zay's, we're going 6 videos off of the 10 songs. And it goes promoting the single, promoting the album or mixtape, and then promoting the video as a single, for 12 weeks. And then anything else that gained traction in that time, we promote that as singles that came out, but it's on the project.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's today, but I'm sitting down with him soon. He was going to talk over, like, his whole plan, because I'm kind of interested in how that's going to go for that album, because like you said, it's, well, not an album, but
project.
Yeah, but like you said, it's highly anticipated. It's been good, so I'm excited to hear about that. But like
June 22nd. Well,
it's gonna be out by the time this one comes out.
Yeah,
this is gonna be closer to Kamikaze's date, which we don't have exactly, but it's July.
We did 8 episodes yesterday.
Actually, today.
8 episodes
yesterday. So I don't know when the fuck this coming out, but this will be scheduled for yours. Don't worry.
I'm already knowing, man. Boom. I just let us pay homage and show love. That's all.
Well, speaking of showing love, where can they show love to you at online, and when can we expect some new stuff on you?
Oh yeah, well you can find me at Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and OG Mook 073. We gonna talk about a date for Kamikaze, but we do have singles dropping real soon, man.
We got Kamikaze coming in July, no matter what, though.
Yeah, that's in July, early July as well.
You can go to westsideproductions.media/OG-Mook. Find his page. Find
that's
every
a
single
flex.
link. Every single link, his whole bio, a bunch of pictures, photo gallery, mixtape covers, all that.
Spell check by Emily DeVallo.
Spell check, yeah. His girlfriend spell checked the whole thing.
Oh, that's official though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We did it live on the radio too.
It was kind of funny, actually.
That's
She was
hard.
like,
Yeah, we were
like,
live
Greg,
on the radio, and she
That
was,
is hard.
and Greg was like, "I'm gonna pull this up as an example," and then she was like, "There's a spelling error," so she spell checked it live.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole giant paragraph.
So they kind of read that off on the radio.
Like that around you, man.
All right, man. So what do you hate?
Rappers.
What do you love?
West Side.
Oh yeah.
Oh, West Side too.
I mean, yeah.
Artists.
Artists. We love artists.
Yeah, we love artists.
Oh yeah. Say less. We the same.
I hate rappers, but I love artists. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Peace.